Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be a foundation Friday, and you guys, on the post that I put on my community tab, you guys, this was one of the most requested type of videos that you wanted to see from me. Makeup on clients, foundation Fridays, 5 looks, 1 palette with reviews and swatches of the palettes and whatnot, and the how-to videos. So this is gonna be the first foundation Friday of the year. I don't promise that I will be doing this super often because I have a big number when it comes to my personal foundations. They're not new releases. So what I want to do with you guys is that if I get a foundation package or a foundation sample, I can review it for you as a foundation Friday instead of having to purchase the full size, and I will let you know if I would purchase it if I had an unlimited budget. So this is the first foundation Friday of the year. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to see what I think about the foundation that I chose today, which is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. So it's not even a foundation, but it's a skin tint. But you guys know that I use skin tints not underneath foundation, but as a foundation product. If you want to see my review on the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first the claim of the foundation or the skin tint, I have it right here. This is a skin that looks like skin type of foundation. So it says here that it has a dewy finish, light coverage, that it will enhance the power of your skincare by 200% because it has a SPF that's patented by them, that it's like no other SPF. It's a non-nano zinc oxide SPF, and it just helps with your skincare. I will not be able to test that claim because I just don't know enough about that. It says that it has hydrating squalane, plumping hyaluronic acid, and it also quenches your skin. And it's super plumping, super hydrating, and it has a super natural SPF. The shade range that they have right here, they have 18 shades. They divided the 18 shades between light, medium, and deep. I think they have more medium and dark tones than light ones, because you can see that the light ones, they tend to look like medium skin tones by the end. So maybe they could improve the shade range, but since this is so sheer, I think this is a good shade range for a product that's so sheer. You will see it on my skin, you will see me applying it and just putting it on my face with my fingers and then setting it with a sponge, and you will not see how I do the rest of my face, but I will go ahead and before you see me applying it, I will tell you what I use on top of the foundation. For concealer, I went in with these two, the Laura Mercier concealer and the Boing concealer by Benefit. And to set my entire face, you will see that this foundation is extremely dewy. It looks oily on my skin. It looks as if I just put my nighttime skincare and was gonna go to bed. And it's super sheer. So it only looks like skincare. It looks more oily than anything. So I put my translucent powder by Laura Mercier. This is my favorite. You guys know that I trust this to hold my oils better than any other powder in my collection. And then underneath my eyes, since I always rely on having a little bit of coverage with the foundation and then the concealer on top, I don't have to worry about my dark circles that much. So today, since I didn't use a color corrector for my under eyes, then I went in on top of the Laura Mercier powder with a little bit of the Studio Fix powder in the shade NW18, which is one that I've been using lately just to make my under eyes look like they have a little bit more coverage. I don't go crazy with it. I just grab a little bit and just apply it there, but it helps with covering a little bit more of my darkness. And this is just an extra foundation. But on the rest of my face, then I went in with a bronzer, a regular bronzer, the Laguna bronzer, the Luster blush, and a Burberry highlighter. And on my eyes, if you want to know, I have my Glam palette because I'm filming a 5 looks 1 palette with that palette, which was the one that you requested the most. Okay, so now let's just go in so that you can see me applying the foundation and you can see how dewy the finish is. To start, the shade that I can grab is the one in ST4 Formosa. It doesn't come with a ton, so I decided that I'm gonna apply it with my fingers. Let's hope that it works that way. I think I can even mix it with a little bit of the second shade, which is ST9 Paloma, because this is, I think, too light for me. Yeah, this is better. This looks really glossy on my skin, so it looks like my skin but hydrated. I don't know if you guys can see. So it makes it more perfected in that sense, but it doesn't cover anything that I have. So this side will look super matte in comparison, and then this side will look extremely dewy. So I tried to turn the camera a little bit so that you could see it in front of the window, my entire face, but I still have shadow right here. So I'm gonna grab my beauty blender and I'm gonna tap the foundation or the skin tint into my skin, and that way I think it can remove a little bit of the glowiness and it can also set it. I love the finish, but so far I think this is crazy for me in this humidity and on this type of weather. Okay, so this looks like skincare on my face, and I don't get mad at that when it's nighttime, but during the daytime I don't think that this will work. I will still do my full face of makeup, and then I will do one update at the end of the day or 4 hours in, and I will let you guys know how it looks. Everything that I use on my face, I will leave it linked below. But the concealer that I'm gonna use is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer, and then a little bit of the Boring Benefit Concealer, because this one doesn't have that much coverage and I need to cover my under eyes. I think if you have a dry skin and you don't have that many imperfections that you want to cover, this will be amazing for you because it does what it says here in the packaging. Okay, you guys, now that you saw, that looks pretty oily on me. So now this is the finished look that I got. Everything went super smoothly on top of the foundation. I didn't have any issues. I thought it was gonna be patchy because when something is so hydrating, in my case, I feel like that consistency is gonna hold on to powder where you put your brush first. But if you set it the correct way, it will look okay. The finish of the foundation, it doesn't look dewy anymore, but I bet that this will not hold my oils as well. It looks like my skin. It's true, even after applying the powder, the translucent powder and everything that I applied on top, I can still see little marks on my face that I have. Then you can see my freckles or my birthmarks right here. You can see them all over the place. So everything, sunspots, everything shines through, even if you set it with powder, because this is a translucent powder. It will not give you any coverage. It will just make it matte. So if you like a skin type of foundation, I love them. It's just that usually they don't last as long in this humid weather and on this heat. I have to say my skin is combination to oily, because I get super oily on my T-zone, mostly on my nose, and then I'm normal right here. So my makeup right here tends to last all day, but it will go off on my nose in anything from 30 minutes to 2 hours or 3 hours. Some foundations even longer, but most of the foundations, they don't last as long on my nose, and even worse now that we're using masks. So my first impressions is that I love the finish of it. I love how sheer it is, because I love that my skin doesn't have that many imperfections or hyperpigmentation. The only thing that I really need to cover, or that really want to cover, is that I want to make my skin sort of even without covering it up completely. Not every day I want a full coverage look, and then my under eyes are my main issue. So what I'm gonna do, since I don't know how it's gonna perform throughout the day, today I'm gonna go and have lunch with my grandma, my grandpa, and my mom. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the day go by, and then at the end of the day I will come back and I will show you how the foundation is looking. I'm gonna have to wear a mask because I'm gonna see my grandparents, so you will see how it performs. And I love the finish right now. I'm looking at the viewfinder, and then I have a mirror behind the ring light, and I can say that it looks beautiful and it looks natural. It doesn't look heavy, and it doesn't make anything that I put on top look heavy either. So let's just now go into my update. Okay guys, so this is the update for the foundation. It's already 8:43 at night, and I applied the foundation at 10 a.m., 9:30, 10 a.m. It has been quite a while. It's almost 11 hours wearing this foundation, and I have to say, taking it into account the oiliness of the product when I first applied it and the feel of it. I was expecting for this foundation to be melting off my face even after setting it. And even today that I wore a mask, I'm only getting like oily right here. I didn't get oily on my nose, and I have a few patches where the foundation rubbed off, but only a few. Usually I have nothing on my nose, nothing. No foundation at all on my nose from here to here. So you can see right here how oily it's gotten on my nose, but the foundation hasn't rubbed off completely, and how oily I'm here. What I'm gonna do is grab the sponge that I used to apply the foundation or to set the foundation, and I'm gonna tap it on top of my nose to see if it looks awful or if it looks better. Okay, it looks worse. It's lifting up the foundation, but this foundation looks great, taking into account the hydration of it. The skin looks beautiful. I was wearing a mask for a while because I just came back home, so I left this morning and doing a lot of stuff, but I've been putting my mask on and off. So I'm quite surprised with it. I'm really happy with it. It doesn't claim to be super long lasting, and I wasn't expecting it to be, even if it said it on the description, because my nose and my skin get so oily that I'm almost always without foundation on my nose. And not even that, I wasn't expecting it to last all over my face, because when something is this dewy, it usually doesn't work for me. Okay, so I wanted to do a close-up so you guys could see. You can see right here where I have patches, where I have no foundation, but even my pores, they don't look enhanced, and then the finish on my skin looks so natural. A little bit of it rubbed off on my chin, which is natural because of the mask, and then right here is getting a little cakey, but it's something that's I'm used to with almost every single foundation that I wear. Even when it's wearing off, since it's so lightweight and sheer, you don't really see the difference. You have to be super close to notice that it's fading away, but I was expecting it to be so much worse. So I have to say that I really like this foundation, and it's so comfortable. You feel like you're wearing nothing on your face. Okay, so now that you saw my update and saw everything that I think about the foundation, let me know what foundation you would like to see next on my channel. I ordered the Huda Beauty cream foundation, the faux filter foundation, the one on a stick. So if you want to see that next, I would be so happy to do that for you guys. I will leave everything that I used on my face linked below, and I will leave everything relating to the foundation linked below. I hope you enjoyed this Foundation Friday. I truly think that this is something that I want to get more into, because to be honest, even though I love eyeshadow, I get more excited about complexion products. That's why I have a crazy amount of foundations, even though I haven't been purchasing foundations for almost 3 years now. I've gotten a few, but I've gotten more on PR, and I haven't gotten a lot of foundations by purchasing them. But I've gotten so many throughout the last years that I still have foundation to go through this year. Foundation is an exciting product for me to review. Same with concealers, same with blushes. So if you want to see more of those products on my channel, always leave me what you want to see here, because I have to pick and choose what I'm gonna bring into my collection and what I actually want to review on my channel. So that's it, you guys. As an emoji today, let's just leave something related to super dewy if you watch the entire video. And that's it. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.